Sometimes, all it takes is just one word, one moment, to change the entire direction of your life. This is the story of Aarav, a young man who once believed that English was his biggest weakness. But one day, one word, yes, just one word, turned that weakness into his greatest strength. Aarav belonged to a small town in India. He studied in a Hindi medium school where English was just another subject, a subject he never understood. Every time the teacher asked students to read English paragraphs, Aarav would lower his head. He feared being called out, feared making mistakes, feared being laughed at. He would often think, maybe English is not for people like me, maybe it's only for the rich and educated. But deep down he wanted to speak fluently, to express himself without fear. He wanted to sound confident, to be respected, to be understood. Yet every time he tried, people laughed. And slowly he stopped trying. Years passed. Aarav finished his studies and started looking for a job. He was talented, hardworking, but there was one problem: his English. During interviews, the moment interviewers switched to English, his confidence disappeared. He stammered, used wrong grammar, and mixed Hindi words in between. One day after an interview, the HR smiled politely and said, "We'll let you know, Mr. Aarav." But he knew the truth, they wouldn't. As he walked out, two candidates sitting outside whispered, "Bro, did you hear his English? How did he even get shortlisted?" Those words hit him harder than anything else. That day he didn't just lose a job, he lost hope. A week later, Aarav went to a local cafe to spend some time alone. While sitting there, he noticed a man reading a book titled, "Dare to Begin." Curious, Aarav asked, "Excuse me, what's that book about?" The man smiled and said, "It's about believing that every great change starts with just one word, begin." That word, begin, stayed in Aarav's mind. The man continued, "You don't need to be fluent today. You just need to begin today. One step at a time." Aarav didn't know that this one conversation would change his destiny forever. That night, he stood in front of the mirror and whispered to himself, "I will begin. I will learn English, no matter how long it takes." He started with small things, watching English YouTube videos with subtitles, repeating lines from movies, and keeping a notebook of new words. He made mistakes, hundreds of them, but this time he didn't stop. Every morning he learned 5 new words. Every evening he practiced speaking in front of the mirror. People laughed again. Friends teased him, "Bro, stop pretending. You can't speak English." But this time, Aarav smiled and replied, "I have begun." That one word, begin, had given him power. Months passed. Aarav still wasn't fluent, but he was improving. He joined English-speaking clubs, talked to strangers online, and even recorded his own voice to check pronunciation. He replaced fear with curiosity. Whenever he made a mistake, he didn't feel ashamed. He felt interested to learn. He realized that English wasn't just a language, it was a tool, a bridge to connect with the world. One day he got another interview call, this time from a multinational company. The same fear tried to return, whispering in his ears, "You'll fail again." But he remembered the word, begin. He smiled and said to himself, "Even if I fail, I'll fail trying." When the interview started, he spoke slowly, confidently, honestly. He didn't try to sound perfect. He tried to sound real. At the end of the interview, the HR said, "Your English isn't perfect, but your confidence is. You're hired." Tears rolled down Aarav's eyes. That was the day he realized, perfection is not the goal, progress is. Years later, Aarav became a communication trainer. He started helping others who once feared English just like him. He told his students, "You don't need big words. You just need the courage to speak simple ones." He shared his journey, the journey that started with one word. At every seminar he would say, Remember this: don't wait for the right time. Don't wait to be ready. Just begin. That one word can change everything. Maybe you're like Aarav today, afraid to speak, afraid to be wrong, afraid of what people might say. But remember, you are just one word away from change. That word could be begin, believe, try, or hope. Whatever it is, let it push you forward. Because the truth is, you don't fail when you make mistakes. You fail when you stop trying. So, if you're listening to this right now, start today. Speak one new word. Write one new line. Take one small step. And who knows, that one step, that one word, might just change your life forever. This is the Motivation Chapters, reminding you that every great journey starts with one word. And that word is begin.